the Atlanta Falcons, and our home team.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, glad you are with us, and Daniel Carlson here to get things started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Finding space at the 40. Down the sideline. And they will finally run him down. It's a big one right there. 35 yards.
For an Anchorage first down.
Or a fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Play action now. Jackson on the run to the right. Now he'll run it. And he'll be forced out of bounds and pick up a couple on that one.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 7. That's quickly out to Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds awfully close to that first down marker, but they're going to mark him just short. So third down coming up.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Jackson going to keep this one himself. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up fourth down. Now Jackson, this a design run.
I love this call on fourth down, Mike. Put the game in the hands of your quarterback. Don't overthink it. In this case, let him do it himself, and he picks up a big first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On first and 10, Jackson. Quick throw, taken in.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
On the ground, here's Keaton Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up first and goal.
You can see the confidence that this play caller has on his opening script. This is a textbook drive here to start the game. Nice job there by the back with a big gain. Sets up first and goal.
And he's in. Felton. Touchdown, Anchorage. And how about that? His first career catch also becomes his first career NFL touchdown. Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Dragons will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. To return is Greg Gordon. And they're Drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. They'll stick with him again. The ball comes out. And fortunately, one of his teammates downfield comes to his rescue and retains possession after the big play.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
From the 39, here's a first and 10. Prescott now. Forced to his right. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Luther burdened the intended target, and it'll bring up second down.
I love taking a shot downfield, especially after that previous play results in such a long run. I mean, the ability to create an explosive offense both on the ground and through the air. That's what every single team strives for in the NFL, and I like the way this possession's working out.
This pass right side, caught by Ladd. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
And it's third down.
Here we go 47. Here we go kill. Here we go 46. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. That's taken in by Kareem Hunt. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
So on fourth down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. The Falcons sending out the field goal unit. This one from 49. And that one not going to have enough leg behind it. Not by a long shot. It is no good. And they are not able to draw closer. Jackson now to throw on first down. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, That's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete, and he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play.
BC, ready?
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Running is Mitchell. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. And he is out of bounds down at the 21. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. And that will be a first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot.
To the left side, and it's caught by Felton. And he's going to be marked out of bounds down at the 3. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
A design run here with Jackson. A dive for the end zone, but he loses the football. And the defense has come up with it. Not only no points, but they turn it over deep in their own territory. Well, they come up with the turnover on defense, the quarterback choosing to keep it, and the defense choosing to take it away.
Mike, anytime a quarterback turns into a runner, the defense loves it. They want to take a shot at him. They want to take a shot at the ball, and that's exactly what they were able to do here. Force the fumble, get the ball back. Great job there by the defense. He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They face 2nd down and 7.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. Yeah. Here we go, 54. Go, 48. Here we go, 47. 26.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here's 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And this one's going to be intercepted. It's L'Jarius Sneed. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
This is really becoming a key element to playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike. The ability to play off script and use your legs to extend the play. I think in this case, he either needs to tuck that ball down and become a runner, or he just simply needs to throw that ball away. Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
On 2nd down, a run. Well, how about a reverse instead?
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
now a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Mitchell. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
They'll go. It's Mitchell. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
Pistol now for Prescott. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
And their offensive struggles just continue to show up time after time here in this first half. It's going to be hard to sustain drives when you continue to put themselves in holes on these early downs like they did here.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Here we go! 40 seconds. Here we go, kill! 26.
Go play action. It's Prescott. Flush to his left. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. The 2-time Pro Bowler, Josh Hines Allen. He gets in to drop him for his first sack of the young season. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now Prescott. That's caught by Lamb. Oh, a pretty good comeback to say the least. Not enough for a 1st down, but a really solid pickup. And it brings us to 4th down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They'll try to run. And he's going to have a Falcons, and he is going to have the Chargers.
Yeah, sometimes these coaches want to overthink it. They want to dial up these super tricky plays and try to outthink themselves sometimes. And you find yourself here on 4th and real short. Something easy, something your guys have repped a million times. Win the battle up front and pick up a fresh set of downs.
He's got it in the hands of Elijah Moore. He's close to a 1st down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
A good spot here. 2nd and a yard.
Yeah, here we go!
They'll give on the ground. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll get 19 out of that play. 1st down, Atlanta.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. On 2nd down, it's Dak. And we try to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Texas. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. McManus on for the point after. 14-0.
Falcons nothing. Brandon McManus
Still a little
set to
time.
kick
Final
off.
minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Yeah! Can you... Kill.
First down, Prescott. Out to his right. And they will finally track him down. Great coverage downfield. Leads to a sack. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
There we go. Hey, 47.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. Forced out wide. There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. Now it's going to be third down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
The Falcons getting their punter out there. Back deep, Deontay Hardy. That's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at the 32-yard line.
A first down throw for Jackson. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. This one batted away. It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone. And that'll bring up second down.
Field goal.
Now the Falcons will use their third and final timeout. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. This one from just under 50 yards. McManus's kick is good. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Dortch now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, 46. Hey, kill. Here we go. 26.
On first and 10, Prescott back down the field for Lamb. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, so this is kind of interesting, Mike. So typically when teams come out with 5 wide, you're thinking, okay, there's no back in the backfield. This ball is either quarterback run or this ball is going to come out fast because you only have 5 offensive linemen to protect. In this case, they do a great job protecting, allowing the quarterback to take a shot downfield. Falls incomplete, but that's a good sign for down the road.
Quick throw here is complete. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. It's good for a Falcons first down.
Here we go, 47. Yeah, 47. All right, hey. Here we go, kill.
Prescott. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet inbounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 6. They'll throw again. Dak. Thrust, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Hey, 47. Here we go, 46, 46. Come on, hey, kill.
On third down, Prescott. And that is incomplete.
And another wasted drive here, Mike, and they start to add up. And coming out of halftime, you would think that they would make some adjustments to try to get some points on the scoreboard, but so far, looks like much of the same.
And that's good work on this return as he brings it past the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kamari Lassiter. And he's going to be out of bounds, but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with first and goal.
The 10-yard line.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and be...
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons. His first touchdown of the new campaign. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
Deontay Hardy now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Hey, Alpha,
The drive will begin with a run by Mitchell. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Keyshawn Nixon on the stop. A 3-yard pickup.
From 29, here's second down and 7.
Alpha, no.
On play action, here's Jackson. Rolling right, escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Here's a third down and 4. From the gun, Jackson. Open right side is Hmfl. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A shotgun snap, and they give it to Mitchell. Inside the 30. The defense saves the touchdown, but a terrific run. It'll be first and goal inside the 10.
It's a gain of 53
A
yards.
big play there.
That's another
53 yards.
first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
The RPO, that one is complete. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
At the 9-yard
It
line.
almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet. just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
Jackson going to keep this one himself. And he will do it himself. He's in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Dragons. That his second touchdown tonight. Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Dragons up their lead. It's now 24-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Dortch now to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Travel start on the ground. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Burden, the man on the move. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Right back to him on first down. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now a give up the middle. And this a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage. He's not gaining any either. It's 3rd down.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd down. That's to the rookie out of Missouri, Luther Burden. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. They'll try and run for it. The risk pays off to the tune of 16 yards.
And everyone in the stadium knew where the ball was going, and it didn't matter. And we see so often these 3rd and 4th and short situations. There's such good opportunities to generate chunk plays, Mike, because you think how many bodies are up at or near the line of scrimmage, and it's exactly the case here. Keeps the drive alive. Nice job.
A first down throw for Prescott. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And that'll be incomplete. What turns out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Dak to throw. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
On now, Daniel Carlson to try the field goal. This one from 52 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 3-score game.
You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
They'll start this on the ground with Mitchell. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Now Jackson. Headed left, buying time. He's going to tuck it and go. And he is out of bounds. That's a couple of yards short of the marker. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
And that is going to be good enough. He's got that 1st down. So conversion, and they move it to the 46-yard line.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
They'll pick up 23 on that one. That's enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll run. It's out of the gun, and it's Mitchell. The ball's out.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
And mark them down up beyond the 30. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Hunt. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A gain there of 11. 1st down, Atlanta.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game. And the story of the game has really been the inability of the offensive line to keep this pass rush away from the quarterback. And it's a big reason they find themselves here trailing in the fourth quarter. So as they turn to this passing game to try to mount a comeback, they've got to do a better job protecting the quarterback.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Hines-Allen. He's been tough to stop all night. Now with 3 sacks in the game. The Falcons send their punting unit out. Here's Hardy to return. And he'll get something there on the return. Able to take this back to the 20-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jackson now to throw on first down. Pushed out to his left. He's going to run it. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40. A big play there on the scramble. 39 yards.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. And look out there. Upended at the line of scrimmage. They'll try again. It's second and 10. Quick throw here. It is caught by Tolbert. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the right zone, inside the 20.
It's
A gain there of 23 yards. And that will be a first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Jackson looking to throw. On the move left. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
Jackson now on second down. Rolling to the left. That's hauled in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Touchdown Anchorage. And hold on to that football, young man. As a keeper, his first NFL touchdown. Now it's McManus for the point after. The kick is good. And the Dragons will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Nixon on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Hey, 47. So we're going to 54. Wide.
Dak can throw it here on first down. That's complete to Moore on the right side. It is second and 6.
Second and 6 at the 35-yard line.
Here we go, 46. Hey, kill. Here we go, 47. Then we're going to 53.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. Right back to Moore, another grab. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Now the Falcons will use their third final timeout. Clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Here's first and 10. To throw is Dak. Look wide. Get this one complete. Here's a 2nd and 9. Again, Prescott to the air. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think you'd be able to corral. Can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. Moving. Oh, a loose football. And this will be recovered by the defense on the final play, but they cannot advance it, and this game is over. Well, Greg, they were playing with fire. He lost the ball once. This time it is not only fumbled, but returned for a touchdown by the defense.
Yeah, now you're starting to sense a little bit of a trend here, Mike. I mean, twice he's put the ball on the ground. This time leads directly to a defensive touchdown. He has to do a better job. Keep 2 hands on the ball. Ball security in the pocket. They work on it every single day in quarterback drills. It's gotten away from them today. This is something that defenses are going to continue to attack.
So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They get the job done here at home, and they follow the opening weekend victory with another here